We're still recovering from the transfer window and the international break is over. Game week 4 looms and all eyes are on one man, the return of Cristiano Ronaldo to Old Trafford, a Portuguese Premier League great. Understandably, fantasy players across the world have flocked to take advantage through the first wildcard of the season already, which leaves us wondering which big moves should really be made to fit in the return of the prodigal son. Welcome back to FPL Shorts, my name's Roshan and this is the Cristiano Ronaldo wildcard. Of course, we have to start with Cristiano Ronaldo up top. Even though he's the joint highest priced asset in the division at £12.5 million, 1.3 million transfers in have seen his ownership rise to 18%. And he of course has previous in the Premier League. In the 3 seasons he's featured in FPL, he scored over 200 points each year as a midfielder with at least 17 goals. And as we know, he's still a goal machine. And to add to that, the 3 teams that Manchester United face next are the 3 teams against whom Cristiano Ronaldo has scored the most goals, who are currently still in the Premier League right now. Partnering Ronaldo in the attack is Everton's highly reliable forward Dominic Calvert-Lewin. With 23 points so far, he is the 3rd highest amongst forwards in the FPL game this season, and he has a superb fixture list which could only serve to boost his potential of having the highest expected goals and non-penalty expected goals in the Premier League so far. However, do be wary of the muscle injury that still shows he's 75% available in the Fantasy Premier League app. Our budget choice for the forwards is Emmanuel Dennis, Watford's summer signing from Club Brugge, who started the season strongly with a goal and assist against Aston Villa. He's suffered from 2 tough away games since, however Watford's fixture list seems to be improving, and with the 7th highest form amongst FPL forwards so far, £5.2 million could seem a snip for a man of his productivity. Now to move on to the midfielders. Our first choice is Manchester United's Jadon Sancho. Perhaps there are more reliable options from United as the first 3 fixtures have summarised, but Sancho's creativity in recent years cannot be overlooked. He has an incredibly low ownership as a result of a triple price fall, but he can contribute from either side of the attack, so perhaps it could be time to buy the dip on this man because when he gets going, it's very hard to see him stop. From one red rival to another, how about Liverpool's Diogo Jota as your second midfielder? Roberto Firmino is officially banned from the next game against Leeds thanks to Brazil enforcing the 5-day rule. However, his hamstring injury could see him out for a bit longer than that. Diogo Jota could come in as an out-of-position centre-forward. He's very clinical given the opportunity showed by goals in the first 2 game weeks, and he has just as much ownership as Mason Greenwood with a slightly better long-term fixture list. Now, he may be banned from game week 4 as a result of Brazil's 5-day rule enforcement. However, Rafinha at £6.5 million is an incredible bargain to have. Leeds fixtures drastically improved from game week 5, and as we know from last season, he is consistently dangerous both by his own and in support. And to add to that, the transfer of Daniel James from Manchester United could increase Leeds United's overall attacking potential. Definitely a player to watch in the future. Our 4th midfielder choice is one of the most informed players in the Premier League right now. Said Benrahma from West Ham is the 4th highest FPL point scorer so far with Mason Greenwood, both tied on 26 points. And he has already jumped to £6.4 million in price as a result of his surging popularity. West Ham's performance against Leicester shows their team can handle big opponents. However, be wary of the arrival of Nikola Vlasic, which boosts West Ham United's squad depth in the attacking line. Now, our last midfielder choice is not really a budget under £6 million, however it's someone we all know, Ismaila Sarr from Watford. We know he poses the biggest threat from the Hornets and he is already 8th in the midfielders ICT index. Their next 3 fixtures could see a real boom in his direct impact, and with less than 5% ownership, he presents a brilliant option in terms of differential opportunity both in price and in popularity, so it may be time to get on this train before it leaves the station. Now it's time to introduce the defenders in this squad, and we cannot start with anyone other than Liverpool fullback Trent Alexander-Arnold. He is one of the most popular choices in the game, and he's tied 2nd in defenders points just behind Marcos Alonso. The fact that he delivers bonuses in games he doesn't actively contribute in shows his perpetual FPL appeal, and he could easily be rotated with the rest of the defenders in this video to maximise everyone's points potential. Jumping the red border once again, we move to Luke Shaw of Manchester United. He is still the most popular defender in the game, with his ownership hovering in the high 40s, and worries about his defensive potential could certainly be offset by how much he contributes to the attack alongside the obvious offensive reinforcements. This may also be the last proper opportunity to guarantee big defender points from Manchester United in a while, so maybe jump on this train before it's too late. Our third defender is Everton fullback Luca Digne. Of course, someone we always expect a lot out of in FPL, owing to his offensive potential and Everton's fixture list. It could really drive him to a good spell despite a price fall down to £5.4 million, but his long-term value could increase if he makes good on his value thanks to Everton's new emphasis on wing service. Introducing the first of two huge differentials in the back line, we move to Ronaldo S of Wolves. Their open style that's been recently introduced by Bruno Lage may not pose the best option for defensive points, but that's not the reason we want him now, do we? Ronaldo S, as we know, he poses a huge threat in receiving attacks from wide, as has been evidenced by the last few seasons, and a big performance in these next few games could see him much more popular than just a 0.7% ownership right now. Introducing an incredible differential as our final defender, Adam Messina, the Watford left-back, is the most out there 4.5 million option you could think of at just 0.1% ownership. But he could be helped by the fact that 2 out of the next 3 Watford games are at Vicarage Road, which means their clean sheet potential is certainly spiked. And of these defenders, he has the best ICT index working down the left-hand side, and just like his midfielder teammate Ismail Assar, he has Premier League experience as well. Now to move on to our goalkeepers right now, and this first option is definitely unpopular, but hear me out. Bernd Leno of Arsenal. Despite conceding in all 3 games and Arsenal rock bottom at the table, they welcomed the return of Gabriel Magalhaes after the international break, which could see Arsenal's clean sheet potential increase, especially at home. And given the fact that Arsenal have conceded the most shots on target, save points could come abounding for Leno, and let's face it, Arsenal can't get any worse, can they? In case Arsenal do get worse though, we have Brighton's Robert Sanchez to fall back on. The Spaniard has proved a somewhat reliable cheap option so far, with a clean sheet and a save point in these first 3 games. He is also very easy to rotate as per the fixture list, and a high save percentage so far means that even as shot volume increases against him, he could bank save points along the way. He has also made his international debut for Spain in this recent break, which will certainly encourage him as the league progresses. So this is the VOTD Cristiano Ronaldo wildcard squad in preparation for game week 4, and you'll notice a few huge points here. First of all, a surprising triple up on Watford. I feel they have a very underestimated fixture list, at the end of which their potential could really spike. Of course, you can change these players with Wolves or Leeds assets as the season goes on. Manchester United's triple up is very high risk, high reward, and they're also hitting pretty rocky roads soon, so definitely look to phase those players out once they hit that difficult fixture list. Perhaps you could bring in the Manchester City, Chelsea, Leicester City or Tottenham Hotspur players that aren't seen in this video, all proven assets but who I don't really trust yet for various different reasons. And so we come to the end of this week's FPL Shorts video for the wildcard in game week 4. Thank you so much for watching. If you've come this far, do give us a like if you appreciate the content. Let us know how you feel in the comments down below. If you want to see more of our content, including previews of Manchester United games, hit the subscribe button, and please follow our social media as well so you can see more of us. This is Roshan S from Voices of the Devils signing off. Take care and good luck.